All right, so we are going to be talking about a couple pieces of new information in this video, right? Three main things that, people just decide to post what Xanon says, and then it's like it becomes a big thing in the community because it's Xanon, right? He was the person who was in charge of the sit down. But before we really start, I do got to make it clear, don't send any hate messages to any of the mods, okay? They work with Billy, but they are not part of the dev team. Very different things, okay? I'm not even sure if every one of these moderators get paid. Probably the senior moderators, definitely Xanon. Now, I really just don't think it's good to do. Like, it's just not right, okay? So please, these people, just because you send them a hate message, aren't going to be able to change the game overnight, right? They're just going to get more irritated the more you spam them, the more you send DMs saying F you or whatever, right? So just please, I just got to take that second because I've seen way too many instances of this. And this also, I'm pretty sure, was it here in server announcement where, I don't know, people were getting pissed. I think I read something about that here. So I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is the main thing to take away is that most of the mods are also playing the game. Okay, so now let's get into the actual stuff. Number one is this. So we just saw it, but we did not nerf Yuta. It's a mistranslation. I don't know what exactly this was about. I didn't get that many I heard only rumblings, right? It wasn't really that much, but it seemed like maybe people thought he could like counter multiple times per turn, but then he couldn't. Not really too sure. Also, for my camera, if it is delayed, possible, I am probably going to be buying a new camera. So let me know down below which camera you think I should buy. Probably under like $300, but I don't know how much cameras cost if I'm being real. This camera I've had for a while, right? So the main thing to get from here is this part, is that we will have a surprise coming for you on the 6th of December. Now, what is the 6th? That's when Gojo comes out, and we already know a couple of things coming out with Gojo that I've already specified, but because people don't really mention it too much, I'm just going to say it one last time, right? People ask why I repeat myself, and this is why, because even if I do, if I don't, people are still going to ask me it, so I like to make sure it's clear that missions, right? These missions, right? We are going to get the third wave, and I feel like they might tie it into that, but considering he says you all will like it, right? I feel like it's gonna be a good amount of cubes. All right, if we look at it, just to show, most people think it's 1,500. Some people think it's 3,000. Some people think, oh, right, here it is, my bad, I have to get used to the camera, sorry guys. So you could see, I just wanted to see, right, which join the Discord down below, but so hey, there were some people thought 6,000. So personally, I feel I would want at least 6,000, but I am not the type of person who just needs it as like inbox. Like, give it to me through missions. Make me work for it, even if it's just a bit. Like, incentivize people playing your game. I don't know. I would be fine with that if the missions gave like 5,000. Like, that's pretty that's fine to me. But I definitely think we need a good amount to appease players. I'm not really opinionated on this matter personally, if I'm being honest. I'll see the amount we get and then see what else we get and just go along with it, see what people have to say, because I don't know. Obviously they have to give at least a multi, but depending on how much they want to give from that point, it's not really I don't really have much more to say there. But then we have something pretty big, right? This is the main part of the video and the reason why it's good news. But do let me know how much you think we're gonna get. Okay, how many cubes we're gonna be getting when Gojo comes out, and it might be for Gojo's birthday because it is right after also, so we'll see there. But to see here, this is the main thing that I think is good to note, and like I said, Xanon does get to talk to the devs and he gets to influence some of their decisions, but you could also definitely say he doesn't have like the final word on everything. No one does, right? It's something that is done through many different parties, so you can't just put all the blame on one person, and Xanon has been nothing but helpful to the community for sure. Listen, it sucks for Xanon about the community sit down, is what it is, we got to move on, right? And that's his mentality here. To be entirely and brutally honest, there is absolutely nothing that could have been done about Hollow Purple Gojo dropping. For him, like when he found out. And as much as it sucks and I sympathize, I stopped caring about him and moved on to the next objective, which is definitely the best way to look about it. I definitely think it shows that Xanon is in the right mindset, because he can't really be just like thinking over the fact like, damn, if just Hollow Purple didn't come out right, he's gotta try and improve the game. He's gotta show that things are gonna improve, and the best way to do that is by fixing everything else instead of just worrying about Hollow Purple, right? That's the best way, right? Show that things have changed through actions, not words, for sure. As of this moment, hidden inventory. Okay, it's really fucking me up. Anyway, the hidden inventory units, Toji and Gojo, he doesn't say Ghetto, but I'm gonna guess Ghetto too, are not coming in December. Anything beyond that is completely unknown. I think he didn't mention Ghetto because Ghetto's a bit less hype than the Gojo and Toji, right? Anything beyond that is completely unknown, but so far it seems like January is unlikely either. He does not say it's impossible, but this confirms that the earliest we could get it is probably second or third week of January. Oh, why'd that open? I don't even have a game open. Anyway, so I think that's fine. However, the January part is subject to change, but honestly, we're doing our best to buy as much breathing room as possible for everyone free to play and whales alike. So if you got to this point, just W's in the chat for Xanon, right? You definitely feel like he sympathizes. I mean, it's one of the only mods that have been able to and try to like kind of gather the community together for a community sit down. So it's pretty good. I mean, I don't mind it. So I think this part's important that we have to remember. December off the list. Okay, off the list completely, but January is in. It's possible. Okay, and I'll leave you guys to decide that if that's good or not. It does depend on a lot of variables if that's fine, but I mean, we expected them to come earlier anyway. This hasn't been a shock since Yuta came out so close to Degumi, right? I feel like we've all been expecting them not to be half Annie, and also Xanon did confirm, I have to scroll up, Xanon did confirm they were probably not going to be half Annie. He said it's probably not going to be the same units essentially. So we have a couple things to discuss about this, right? Now, first of all, it's the fact that I feel like it's going to be mid-February. Personally, I feel like it's going to be mid-February, and I said it here for the 100-day celebration, okay? Because we see here that 100 days after November 7th is February 15th. So they could easily, like, have them out even by the 10th. I mean, that's fine. They even releasing it a bit early. Like, it's a celebration in name, but they could, like, there's some wiggle room to like release it earlier. So I feel like to me this makes the most amount of sense, right? Because he says that January is subject to change and like it's unlikely. So if January is unlikely, then to me it would be kind of fire if there's just a 100-day celebration and we get good rewards for this, right? Maybe they bring in the extra tower floors. I don't know. I definitely think that this wouldn't be a bad idea. Overall, this could be a really good idea. I definitely think that 100-day, like having them be for celebration would be best, because the problem is right now, I don't know, I'm going to check. I do not know if the timeline is updated yet. Obviously, okay, is it? Yes. So, Gojo coming out here kind of sucks, mainly for the reason that this basically stops any hype unit from coming out during Christmas, right? In terms of what we quantify as hype. I would definitely say that this should have been Christmas just for the simple fact that now we don't have a hype unit for Christmas. But this also means, unless he did a little funny wordplay and he's actually the evil mastermind, well, it seems like none of the hidden inventory units are coming out, right? He says hidden inventory Gojo and Toji aren't coming, but I feel like this includes Ghetto. Could hopefully, it better. I'm just going to say for now, we're probably going to be getting them. My guess, my hope, more than a guess, my hope is for 100 days, but at earliest I see them doing it maybe like second, third week of January. But best case, I think we could all agree 100-day celebration for sure. So it's good. They confirmed that, yeah, they're gonna come earlier, but at the like earliest is probably end January. So I think that's good. I think that's good. Players are gonna be able to save if they want Toji or the other Gojo, right? You don't need to get them if you don't want. You could save for future units if you like Itadori more instead of the Gojo, comparing the yellow units. And if you like Domain Gojo instead of Toji, comparing the red units. So there is that. I mean, I don't even know. Doesn't this kind of mean that we're going to be caught up by like half Annie? No, maybe a bit later. The way that he's saying it's probably going to be January, February, or February, probably, I'm going to say February, right? For now, we're going to go under the assumption of February. And the way that it feels like it's going to be February, makes me think that we are going to be getting the first Annie units from JP for the half Annie units on global. I'll end it there. I don't have much more to say. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on potential good rewards and then also the fact that we have a good amount of time to save. So my personal opinion, you skip Hollow Purple and you save everything for these banners so that you have the pity transfer, because by this point I have no doubt in my mind pity transfer will be out, which means you're kind of just profiting, where right now if you do summon and you don't save, you're gonna not have access to as much of the pity transfer. So keep that in mind. That's my final words. Have a good day. Bye bye.